Wildlife has ended, and Grian has given no hints as to what the next season of the Life series will be. Even if Grian hasn't specified the exact theme or what the next season will entail, I figured it would be fun to come up with some Life series ideas of my own. Half-Life. Half-Life has a very simple concept. Take a sample of each other concept from the previous series and turn it into an episode. Graham may need to create a few more seasons for this concept to work, though, as Life series seasons tend to be around 8 episodes. This could also function as an April Fool's episode. Imagine the wildlife finale on steroids, and you get a very funny April Fool's special. I'm not sure how you would get real life to work with this mix, though, so that one can be taken out, but I just liked the hilarity of this concept and wanted to include it. Life cycle. Think of this as Double Life 2.0. Everyone's soulmate changes every other episode. This way, the format changes up and everyone has to stay on their toes. This would also mean that the players have to pick their battles wisely, as they could potentially be paired up with someone they've fought with in a previous episode, or worse, two people they picked fights with are suddenly teamed up. I'm not entirely sure how this concept would exactly play out, though, as the Life series is somewhat reliant on sticking with the same or very similar teams for a season, to a certain extent, but I figured this would switch up the format a little. This may make the season a little too confusing and chaotic, but I figured people liked the double life system and the chaos of the series, so why not combine them? Assassin Life. The aim of the game is simple. Every so often, someone is an assassin and will have to kill their specific target. But how will this exactly work, and how is this any different from the boogeyman concept? Well, my idea was to have this be similar to the Jester hat from Season 9 of Hermitcraft, effectively making the Life series a more complicated version of Tag, minus the tag. Each Life series member will receive 3 lives still, and whoever is the assassin that round will either get a target prompt or a weapon prompt, with the prompts increasing in difficulty as time goes on. The assassin may potentially receive a prompt for both a target and a weapon if the series truly wants to increase the difficulty. This will lead to the challenge of not only eliminating your target, but also discreetly acquiring and using the prompted weapon. If worst comes to worst, Grian could even decide to spice things up and have multiple assassins. But this could get very similar to the Boogeyman, so how can we switch things up? Well, I was thinking we could take some inspiration from the previous seasons and the game Mafia. In Mafia, you have the Mafia trying to eliminate the civilians, but these aren't the only roles in the game. Depending on the roles your group decides to use, there can be a psychic or detective who can determine the role of a player and sometimes be able to eliminate someone they think is the Mafia, the mayor who has multiple votes, or a doctor who can save a person from being eliminated by the Mafia. I was thinking instead of a doctor, maybe a player or two each session could receive a lifeline ability that they could give to a limited number of players. So they need to think wisely on who they want to give it to and hope their guess is right. Imagine the heart system from Secret Life, but with a lifeline or extra life instead. Maybe we could add a vigilante role as well, whose role is to eliminate the assassins, but if their guess is wrong, they lose a life too. The point is to get as many people involved in roles as possible, not just to make the series entertaining, but also to make sure all the series members also have a fun time. But what do you think? Are there any features or ideas you want to be added to the next Life series seasons? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see me theorize on more Minecraft series, watch this video on why I think Cubfan might be the next villain of Hermitcraft Season 10. Or if you want to see more Life series content, watch this wildlife animatic that I made about Grian's final episode. With that, I hope you all have a magnificent day, and I'll see y'all later.